Okay, well, first, before we start, you guys, I have an announcement. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. God, y'all, come on.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
dear Andrea.
Happy birthday to you.
Y'all, we suck singing together. We got to practice better next time.
That's awesome. Thank you.
With Gabby's sweet idea. Happy birthday. I know it's tomorrow, the next day.
It's on Tuesday.
So
yeah. And I'm doing the 30-day. And so like I always ask Atticus to make spaghetti and meatballs. I know that's so random, but me and Phoebe have a pact that like, because he never like will cook that for us because he's like, that's so lame. And so I always ask for that for my birthday, and then Phoebe does too. And that's when we get it twice a year. But we're going to do it with brown rice pasta. And he usually stuffs like cheese in the meatball, but he's not going to. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be like, I'm hardcoring it. So I was so inspired by Blanca. Wave Blanca. She had amazing results on it. So
you can be like, follow your heart.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
By the way, I want to share this. Today is the first time one of my friends said, I want to celebrate your birthday. So she took me to Hillston's for lunch after church. And she said, let's eat something fun, like a hamburger. And I said, I don't know. I get so clean on my diet. And she said, oh, come on, girl. I said, okay, let's share the hamburger just with that condition. And she said, okay, but no fries, just the salad and the half of a hamburger. But I almost died. I was so sick. It means like the cheese is not for me anymore. Mayo, mustard, whatever it has, the hamburger. And it was, a nice place. It's not like I'm eating hamburgers and McDonald's, nothing like that. But it's still, I was very, very sick. Andrea, but the gut health helped me.
Oh yeah, I texted her. I'm like, take a gut health.
And I just finished a workout. That's why I'm so sweaty. Yeah, I feel like I get rid of all that bad stuff, but I'm good.
I know, it is true. When you do that. In fact, y'all, this is so funny. Blanca, I didn't tell you this on the way home from the beach. So just so y'all know, like Blanca joined our team, August 2nd, like last month. And so it turned out by coincidence, she was going down to the beach and I was going to the same beach to see my dad. And we're like, well, we'll catch up. And it was her birthday down there. So we hung out the whole time. We had so much fun. And so on the way back from the beach, this was kind of funny. I was in this gas station and I was waiting for the bathroom because there was like a long line. So I was waiting. And there's a girl in front of me that was like, she just looked super fit and she had a little girl with her. And she went to the bathroom and then she was done. And then I noticed her like looking at like there was like a whole like refrigerator section of like Red Bulls and stuff like that. And like, she was like pulling them out, reading the labels. And I'm scrambling in my purse, like looking for a fizz stick. And so I went up to her and I was like, hey, I noticed that you were like kind of stalling at the Red Bull. And I'm like, and you look so fit and healthy. I'm like, I want to give you this fizz stick. So I did that. And then I just said, can I, are you from here? She's like, oh, I live in Dothan. I was like, oh, well, I've been trying to build a team in Dothan. And I was like, I would love to get your information and just pick your brain about Arbonne. Are you familiar with it? So anyway, we talked this week. It was so funny. I come to the car and like my family's like, why were you talking to the stranger at the gas station? And I'm like, she's gonna be on my team. She was so adorable. But anyway, we talked on Friday and she does Whole30, which is very similar to the 30-day, except for like on the 30-day, we can have like beans and, brown rice and things like that. But she was just telling about like how like she's like forevermore doesn't do dairy or gluten just because of like, and just like has an amazing story about like how she was in a car accident when she was 16 and had like back pain, but she's a marathon runner, and like how like by a doctor had told her to do it, and she said that she's never had a problem since and has been like Whole30 for like 2 years. So isn't that cool? So yeah, so the dairy, I know that she talked about the dairy and migraines, in fact, and I was like, oh no. Me and migraines, but me and my dairy. So anyway, okay, I know we're totally off subject, y'all, but okay, so I just want to be real with everyone. Like, I feel like every time we have a call, I mean, I completely obsess and stress over, we gotta have a good training. It's gotta be this perfect training. We've got to like, like have slides, or we've got to do this, or what is everyone wanting? And I feel like it's just like, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I'm just not a good leader if I don't provide that. And like, I was just thinking about it like all this week, and I was just like, that's so silly, because honestly, all of y'all know what to do. I mean, it's not rocket science what we're doing. And there might be like some skills that you need to shore up, or you might be like, oh, I need help with asking for this, or, that sort of thing. But like, at the end of the day, we have a website that tells you exactly what to do. I mean, I don't have a sponsor, and like, I figured it out, and I'm not a rocket scientist. So, I mean, if I can figure it out, anyone can figure it out. If you want it bad enough, you're going to get the information. That's not to say we're not going to provide awesome trainings and have awesome speakers, but I just been thinking about it for a long time. And I've just been thinking about just, I don't know, everyone on our team. And, it got me thinking when I was talking about like doing like, our system for success is getting in front of 40 faces. It doesn't really matter how you do it, because I do feel like when I train on specific things, like I ran the challenge about booking 8 groups. If that's not your thing, don't book 8 groups. Like if whatever you're doing is working, keep doing what you're working. If doing 40 one-on-ones is your thing, do that. I mean, the thing is as long as we tell the Arbonne story to 40 people a month, like you're doing the business, like that is the business, like that's what we do. But so I feel like sometimes people just get like really like just like focused on the detail of like, well, we got to be doing it this way, or we got to be doing it this way. It really is just like, we just have the tools that make getting in front of 40 people easy enough to do in a trackable way to do that in a duplicatable way. So then it just got me thinking about like, well, what is everyone's goal? Because I think I've told y'all before that like, when I got into this business, I mean, it was to go to the top, because I mean, I had my own, I started my own company, as you know, so I could stay home with my kids. And then once I started that company, like I realized that I was just trading problems. I was like, it was, yes, I had flexibility in a way, but I didn't really, because if I had 10 clients, I had 10 bosses. And so, so when I looked at Arbonne, it wasn't for an extra $500 or $1,000 a month, because I could just add another client and get that. Does that make sense? So like, I was like, I wanted it to replace what I was doing, because I didn't want to really do what I was doing anymore. I just wasn't passionate about it. I honestly only did that so I could stay home and be present with my kids. And so, but there was something interesting when the market crashed, like in 08 and 09. And by the way, Arbonne does really well during like recession time. So that's exciting. But there was like a statistic, and I know I've said this before, but like it was something that like, it said the average family, if the average family could bring in an additional $325 a month, it could save them from losing their house. This was like the time when everyone was losing their houses. And I remember it just struck me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I can teach someone to do that like in a week, like I can teach like what a lifesaver that would be. And it really like so since then on, it's kind of changed my thinking with people about, where they want to go with their business. Because I know that like, especially if you're like someone who wants to go to the top, like you get excited about the possibility and you see that in someone else and you're like, oh my gosh, we could do this. Like, this would be amazing. Like, what are your dreams? And like, you like really like buy into their why. But then for some people, I remember I was talking to this college student last month, and she's like, listen, she's like, if you could teach me how to earn $200 a month, that would be like $1 million to me. And I was like, okay, but like, it's like, and that's not less valuable than someone who wants to get, to the top of the company. So my point is saying that like all that, I just started thinking about everyone on our team, like just individually, I've just been thinking about all of you and just thinking like, what is their why? Like, I don't know what everyone's why is. And I would love to know. And I mean, this is, like, I would really love to know everyone's why. And this is not like a formal training or anything, like this is like so low key, but, and you might not even know your why, but like, there's some reason why you're on the call tonight. Like it's a Sunday night. I'm sure you have plenty of other things that you could be doing right now, but this is like important enough for you to have like made time and hop on. And so like, I want to honor that too and find out, well, what is that thing that's that's important. That's like getting you on this call, and like, you know, because I want us to all rally together as a team and help you like achieve whatever the reason that you're doing this business is. And it could be something like community, you know, it could be something like you needed something for yourself, or it could be that, you know, you need to be bringing in $10,000 a month. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I would just like to kind of go around and just like hear from everyone, just so we can like help get you there. So I know people are going to be already shy about it. So I already asked before this call. If some people could kick it off, because I really do want to hear everyone's. Like, I'm really interested to know. So
I'm happy to kick us off.
yeah.
And I think it's fitting that I'm here. For those who don't know, I'm down in Nashville. I live just north of Nashville, but my friends, best friends who I haven't seen since before the pandemic, are visiting, and I could cry talking about it right now. I'm so excited that they're here. And that is part of my why, being able to be with my people. I'm such a people person. I love getting to know, whether it's a stranger story, whether it's like me and my best girlfriends, we were laying on a blow up mattress, like laughing our heads off like an hour ago, like just those sweet moments of being able to be together. And sometimes though that falls on a Thursday afternoon. Sometimes that looks like a FaceTime date on early Monday morning because someone needs to talk. Like just the flexibility of being able to be there for my people, whether that's close friends, whether that's family, whether that's my husband. That has been a big shift in my why recently, is realizing how much I value my relationships and how grateful I am that Arbonne allows me to have a schedule where I can work around those relationships and I can plan it for that. And looking even further into the future, two of the most important relationships are my younger sisters. And the same way we talk about lifting the lid in terms of our business and lifting the lid and like being a leader on our team, I feel like I have a responsibility as their older sister, but also the opportunity to lift the lid for them in their dreams. And by going after my goals, by building something like this, by, you know, being young and married and figuring out this whole adult life and showing them that anything is possible, and with hard work and commitment that they can build whatever they want to build. And it'll probably both be Arbonne businesses one day because they'll both be on my team, but that's another story. So those are my main two whys right now, that on the days where I'm like, okay, I did 4 reach outs, like that's good, right? Like I don't have to do the 5th. Like, no, doing my daily dues, committing to what I said I'm going to do, because what if my friend needs me in a month? And also I know my sisters are watching.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's so awesome. And y'all, I mean, I can totally relate to that. Like just some like kind of like an accidental why that happened, because my kids were so small when I started this. Clara was less than 2 and Phoebe was just born. Was like, just like, and then I didn't even have Edda. Like we had Edda because Atticus was able to like quit his job and not work at night. So he was home. So we had another baby. But like, just the fact that like what they learn, like, I mean, even them seeing me put myself out there and failing, and like seeing me pick myself back up and going. Like Edda we were talking on the way home from school the other day, and I was talking about something, and she'd be like, we made her do a sport after school because Phoebe is there for volleyball. So we're like, you're going to be there. You have to do something. And she's like, well, I don't want to play volleyball. We're like, well, cross country is the only thing going on. So pony up, baby. So she started doing that. And so she was just saying, we're talking about something about like giving up on something. And she's like, well, that would just be like if I gave up. Like, she's like, I know I'm not the best runner on cross country because I'm just starting. She's like, but I'm getting better each time. And if I quit now, she's like, I'll never be like as good as everyone else. She's like, but it's okay. She's like, I don't care if people see me that I'm doing this. She's like, I'm just going to try harder. And honestly, like, I know that comes from them seeing me. Like, I mean, how long have we been going for a nation? You know, and I tell them that. I'm like, look, I thought I was going to hit this goal and I didn't, but I didn't give up. I'm just going to keep trying, you know, because it's who I become as a result. And so it's just kind of like one of those accidental whys that, like, I guess I didn't realize that at the time, but I realize that now, like, what a huge, like, I mean, it's like me having this business has shaped my girls to who they are becoming. And like, that's like, and again, it's not the wins, it's during like the times that like I'm not doing great, that they see me powering through and doing it anyway, you know, like Lauren Rose was saying. So yeah, I love that. Okay, so who else? And don't be shy, y'all. Seriously, like this is like
I'll go.
recording.
Can you hear me?
And she's helping a friend move right now.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. Okay. Mine are really simple. From the beginning, they have been to have a big family and never any money to do things with them. I can never pay for anything. I could never pay for anything. And so one of my biggest whys is to be able to have enough money to take my kids on a trip and pay for it, because they don't have any money either. They're basically, so I have been able to do that once to the beach, and it was wonderful and I loved it. And so that's a continued dream of mine, is to be able to do that. And then to travel. Originally it was overseas, but I guess that's not going to happen probably in my lifetime, maybe not. So that's fine. I haven't been all over the United States yet. So, you know, my husband and I have been able to go several places this summer, you know, just got in the car and got to go, and just felt like we could afford it, you know, whereas before we couldn't. And then another long range goal, and I've been able to do a little bit with it, is I want to help sex trafficking here in our town, which is pretty big in North Carolina, and especially in Goldsboro. So I want to help with that. I was able to do a fundraiser about a year ago through Arbonne. And then I did another fundraiser through Arbonne for a little girl who had Lyme disease. And so I like doing that kind of stuff. That kind of meant something to me. And I really want to keep up with the sex trafficking when you know, as I get better in Arbonne. So those are some of my goals.
Yeah. And I mean, I also remember, Jean, when you first started, you know, like you were like, how many years did you teach for?
How long did I teach? 37 years.
37?
Yeah.
I always tell people 25 years. 37.
No, a little bit over that. And
37 years.
1 year early because of Arbonne.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, that's amazing. Is like, you know, because like teaching is now not what it used to be when she started. And like,
No,
but
I was ready. I was, when I wanted to retire, I had to go longer because of the year. So I taught in some parochial schools that didn't give me credit and all that kind of stuff. That's why it's 37. But I wanted to quit. I was ready to quit because I was tired of being out in the hall testing kids while my assistant was in teaching kids. And I thought this was ridiculous. So I was kind of I love teaching my whole career, but it finally got to me the point where I was saying, I don't like this anymore. This is not working for me. So, and I was able to quit a year early. So because of Arbonne. So that was exciting.
Exciting. That was super exciting. Yay. Who else?
Me.
Yes.
So, well, for me, as most of you know, I'm a personal trainer. Can you hear me, right? Okay, because I took my AirPods. They were dying. Sorry. So most of you know, I'm a personal trainer, and I love to take care of people. And I think regardless how much money, you know, a studio or a fitness center or a gym have paid me, my priceless was to help people. That was my priceless always, you know, that it was, even if they would pay me tons of money, whatever I give it to them and make you feel happy, make you lose weight and being more healthy, and all comes to me and say, thank you. Oh, I feel better. For me, that was the big thing, you know, and that make me rich actually. So when I learned Arbonne from you, I was thinking that would be perfect because I'm not a nutritionist, and always people come to me and ask me, you know, for tips for nutrition and everything. And of course, I was telling them what I do, guiding them through my experience for 20 years, taking care of myself and my clients. but it was not a specific nutrition. And also I never know about any supplement at all. So I was thinking, wow, that will be a great impact, because now I'm not only guiding them and physically or mentally, is more than that, you know. So I found our bond. That was my first why, like that will complement my career, which is fitness. Not only my passion, my career, my entire career. So for me, that was the my why. But then feeling when you come, and I was thinking I think the last time or second time that we talked together, when I started just with the business, I told you, I think God sent you to me, because I was trying to pull it through about my second marriage, my second divorce, I'm sorry. So I didn't know what to do. I was sad and down and kind of lost purpose in life. And just for being committed, like my mom, thinking and something and being more productive, more independent, and creating my own budget again, that was like, oh my God, I want to do this. And it has been, I mean, amazing, because all day long is about my business. I mean, I have a big goal now, and this is my why. Like, I want to be and creating my own company, you know, who goes together with what I do with my fitness. And of course, that whys comes from under other whys. Why? You know, because I will be able to have more vacation with my girl, like I did, you know, in Panama City Beach. Was awesome. And it was also, when you talk about your kids, my daughter, remember, she saw us doing that event at the beach, and she was like, oh mom, I'm so proud of you, you know. She was just listening. So you and Andrea look like Hollywood stars there.
Yo, we did our Facebook Live on the beach.
I know. And she said, I want to do that also, you know, but it's not easy. I said, no, it is easy. I mean, but yeah, those are things those are my big whys. There I have many, but I think this is my motto every day. And even Saturday have a bad day. I was calling like 15 people, and everybody, no, it was a no.
Not everyone did say no. When you started telling me, you're like, oh yeah, well, this girl said that she's interested in the 30-day. And oh yeah, this person said they would call me back later. And oh yeah. So it's like, once you like went through it, it seemed bad on the surface. She seemed like really like down about it. And then when we started going through each person, I was like, that's actually a great day.
Yeah. No,
like,
and
I
also,
have big goals.
Besides that, I wanted to tell you, when I started contacting my people that I trained before, there were people like maybe you guys might have, like you send a cute text or message and they never say anything. So that was one of the first I contacted. And after a month, I heard from her saying, I'm so sorry, Blanca. I didn't mean to ignore you. I know it has been so long, but I just saw your pictures on Facebook and Instagram, and my God, I wanted to do exactly what you're doing. Tell me more about the 30 days. So now she said she wanted to talk to me on Tuesday, by the way, and I told her in the meantime I can do a recommended card for you, and just to learn about the product. And then she said, okay, do it. And also you talk about melasma, and I'm getting melasma as well. So please put it in the card too. So it was like, oh, wow. So
yeah, so that's a good day.
After a month.
But that's the thing, is like, we're all just like doing a little bit every day to push us forward. And it might not ever, like, it's just like when you're growing a flower, you don't know what's going on underneath the soil, and you see this flower like grow. But like, you don't know that like all winter it was like dormant and like growing its roots and growing everything else. And then in the springtime, it's not like, oh, just one day it shoots up. All this other stuff was going underneath. And that's what we are. We're flowers.
Yeah. So those are my big whys.
That's
you know,
awesome,
first my
Blanca.
purpose on life again. And I, by the way, you all, I feel like I don't need a man anymore. Just our bond. That's what I like. I was thinking, I'm not gonna find love anymore. Like that. No, I don't care anymore. I just care about my bond.
Hey, there is nothing sexier than a woman that makes a lot of money.
Right?
You will find love again.
Yeah, Blanca, you're gonna definitely find love again, no doubt about that. But yeah,
Thank you,
nothing
Polly.
Rita always said there's nothing sexier than a rich woman.
That is true. That's awesome.
And I know we've got one guy on here just like listening, so I'd love to hear,
Well, he could probably chime in and agree to that.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
Who else would like to share? Don't be shy.
I'll share.
Yay. Well, good. I'm excited. You were one of the people I was thinking about this week.
So I also am a teacher like Jean. And this is my 11th year. And so the summer before my first year of teaching, I lost the hearing in my left ear. It was sudden hearing loss, and I went to ear, nose, and throat specialist. They told me that there was no cure. Like, they put me on antibiotics for a couple weeks. And so I've since been deaf, and I suffer from tinnitus. And so all of my years of teaching, I just, like, I think in any job, you put yourself on the back burner and you're taking care of your family, you're doing all of the things. And I never, thank you. I never took care of it. And so it was I think it was the summer of 2019, I finally went in for a second opinion and heard about a cochlear implant. And I got to try on like this, it was like a mimicking device that they like put on, and it like transferred the sound into the bone and traveled into my good ear. And so I was able to actually like sit next to the doctor, and she spoke and I heard her, and it was like just this moment of realization, like there's something I can do to like help myself. But I was also just newly engaged and planning my wedding and all of those things, wanting to start a family is like our next step. And so I just kept thinking, like, these are the things that had happened back then that like caused me to put myself on the back burner. And I need something that is going to help me allow myself to do the things for myself that I deserve. And so it was actually Christiana had asked the question, if you continue to do the things you're doing now, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I just thought, do I see myself still, struggling with my deafness in 5 years, or am I going to do something about it? And so that is my why. I have not touched 1 cent from my earnings so far. And so all of the money that I earn is going to go towards my cochlear implant.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, we are making that happen. I mean, y'all, doesn't that fire you up? Like, don't you all want to like help her get there? Like, that's amazing.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. Oh, thank you for sharing and just being so open with that. That's amazing.
You're amazing, Levon.
Mhm.
Who else is there? And I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but I know there's other people out there. Anyone else want to share? Carrie, I know that you were telling me the other day, like something had shifted for you. I don't know if you can hear me. I know your camera's off.
I can hear you. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm setting up my bedroom for baby right now. Yeah, honestly, that was a big reason of why my why shifted, because when I started my business, like, I wasn't pregnant and I didn't have a kid on the way. And then that changed within 2 months. And so now, so I'm a hairdresser full time. And thing is, if I don't work, I don't get paid. And so, I mean, I know it's the same thing with this, but this I can do anywhere. And so I can do this while I'm feeding and while I'm just waiting for him to nap or whatever. Like, whatever time I have that I'm not working on maternity leave, I can still be bringing in some money for us, because we've always been a 2-income household. So it'll be a little different in like 2 months. Or like 9 weeks away, I want to say, from 40-week mark.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the big reason as to why my why shifted, because it was originally that I just wanted to build a business and I wanted an extra flow of income, and I wanted to help my friends and family and anyone that I talked to with their nutrition, because I know I struggled with it for so long, but now it's turned into a whole other thing.
That's amazing. And I know, and it's so funny how like, just like, I mean, like life changes everything, you know, and like timing changes everything too, you know. And there's this really great training. I sent it to Blanca earlier today, but it's on that Saturday skills training that we have. So if you look on our Facebook page, there's like a pinned post at the top, and I have like the link to the Saturday skills, but it's also on our boards. Like if you're connected to the Success and Simplicity Nations boards, you'll see it. But there's this great training on there. It's with oh, what's their name? They're a couple. What's that couple? They live in North Carolina now at the beach. And he used to like make fun of her for doing her Arvon, and now he's like,
Oh, that's Chris and Amy Weiler.
yeah, no, but it's
No?
like it's an 8, like oh, I can't think of it, but anyway, they're awesome. And they they did this whole training on discovering your why. And it was interesting when I was at Green Bay, at that leadership conference, there was a national vice president who was talking to me, and you know, she's just like, you know, what is your why? And she's like, drill deeper. She's like, what? Like, so there's this whole exercise that, like, you know, if you say, like, and I've just been doing it with myself lately, because like I think about you know, like just, you know, what your why is. And so listen to that training, because it helps you drill deeper and deeper and deeper to like what it is. Because like, you know, it might be, you might think it's something on the surface, but then if you ask yourself, well, why do I want that? Well, it's because of this. Well, why do I want that? Well, it's because of that. And so you can drill deeper and deeper and deeper. And then like you can really get to the root of like why it is that you're doing this business. And it's usually something that like you really weren't aware of like before, like you just picked the surface thing because that was easy. And they say it's usually like a pleasure or a pain thing. I know Polly talks about that a lot, like wanting something or the fear of not having something. And so, and most of the time it's the fear of not having something that like causes us to do this. So anyway, I just wanted to leave everyone with that tonight, to look for that on our Saturdays, on that Saturday skills training. It's like towards the top, but it's just called Discovering Your Why. Oh, shared a file in the meeting. Oh, good. Thank you. That's awesome. So
It's
yeah.
Amy and Seth Perry is.
Yes, Amy and Seth Perry. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Amy and Seth.
It was awesome though. But I mean, it's really good because it really helps you like just like figure out and, you know, like, and drill deeper into what it is. So, oh, look at that personal wellness.
Yeah,
I
I made that for my class, but it's pretty much like all that I've learned from Arbonne with like the wheel of life and the why and 5
That's so
affirmations
cool.
in the morning and stuff. So I felt like y'all might want to use it or share or
Yes,
adapt it
That's
as
so
you see fit or whatever.
nice. I just downloaded it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna download
You're
that too.
welcome.
We might need to, you might want to put it on our Facebook. Will this carry over in the recording, the chat, or no?
I don't, no.
Okay, I just downloaded it on mine. This is awesome. Thank you, Gail Harper.
Yes.
All right. Well, everyone have
All
a
right.
fabulous week. Be thinking about this, like listen to that training when you're showering or walking or doing whatever. And we will connect next week. We have a speaker. Polly, you want to introduce the speaker real quick? Just tell us.
Yeah. So next week we have a speaker, Stephanie. I think her last name is Naff or Nat. I can't remember, but I actually heard her share a little bit about her story on a Voxer call. And she's an MVP with Arbonne, and I guess the thing, she's very real, and I related to it so much because she shared her just her objections, like why she didn't think that this would be right for her. and then just how she, just what changed for her. So I think it'll really speak to belief for everyone, just in what we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoy her. I think you will.
Yeah.
And also I was going to say, I think it would be great if we continue this, because so many people didn't get to share their why. And so maybe, peppering it in again, because I want to hear everybody's. This was amazing to hear. Gosh, like I didn't know that about you, Lavon. I mean, you might have mentioned it before, but I didn't know. And, now we can cheer you on. And that's really
Oh my
what we're
gosh,
here
yes.
for, is to be able to cheer each other on, and have this. I mean, that's the best part about Arbonne to me, is the community and just the support, so I think we should continue.
Perfect.
What a good
Sounds
call.
good. All right. Well, y'all have a
Right,
great
y'all.
night tonight, and then we'll see each other next Sunday.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.